on Neo Harmony, specifically due to those wraiths, was that he didn't manage to keep the Terran inside of his own base while expanding himself. This time he's keeping Leta inside of his base. There is a tank and a science vessel out now, so Ro8 are going to be on the way. Hive also coming up, and Luxury now is at 3 fully mining bases with gas everything. I didn't even see him putting out the base earlier. Not paying attention. Oh my god. So now also going to be a lot of science vessel mining. Some CVs there being a little idle. Leta not fully paying attention to everything around him. Scouting is to be flying around, gonna get picked off. And Leta has to be careful with those tanks. They're in position to get picked off by those Mutalisks, I'm sorry, if he strays them out to far random Zergling getting killed there. Science Vessel, Luxury apparently not grouping up his Mutalisks as harshly as he done, because he knows that with that Science Vessel there is going to be a danger. Now, large Medic Marine group along with tanks and Science Vessel now moving out. And the Lurkers, meanwhile, now ready on the opposite side from Luxury. There could be an engagement fairly soon. Lurkers are going to stop at near a bridge there, so got to be very careful there. Leta, one scouting SCV, going to get engaged by Zergling there. Leta just slowly pushing out, not doing anything, just waiting. Lurkers just in position everywhere, possibly thinking of a trap or just a full-on engagement. More Sunkens, meanwhile, being put down as well as Lurkers to defend. And a greater Spire coming from Luxury, so Luxury is going to go for heavy air. He already has a huge mass of Mutalisk. If he turns at least half of those into Guardians, they could be a very big asset to him as long as he doesn't allow those Science Vessels to mass up. Science Vessel dies and doesn't even manage to get off a single irradiate before it does, so unfortunately for Leta. So if he manages to keep that massive number up, then he's going to be able to do a pretty good job there. Of course, if you get Guardians going and the Terran player has a crap load of Science Vessels, you're screwed, because Ro8 is going to melt everything. And now, there's going to be moving in. There are some scans going off. Sunken's being taken out. There are Lurkers there in location as well. There's one Science Vessel that's going to be able to move in. No Defilers yet so far, and that's exactly what he needs. But Greatest Spire now is ready, so he's going to start to morph in Mutalisk, or what we're going to see what actually tries to do some damage. Sunken's still being shelled. Lurkers being forced to retreat with every step. And we're going to see now where the medic marines are going to move up at the front. They're going to start to surround the drone line as well as the hatchery. The hatchery is going to go down. This tank's also showing those Lurkers with that science facility in location. Natural of Luxuries has now been lost, and the Luxury now in serious trouble. He's actually flying on the opposite side with his Mutalisks. He's going to try to do some sort of damage. Ro8 not doing anything. Okay, he's going to start off by morphing all of his Mutalisks into Guardians, and then going to engage these turrets. Meanwhile, now Leta on the opposite side has taken down a lot of forces. There are, however, Lurkers on both sides of him, so Luxury might just be biding his time, waiting to pincer him from both sides, engaging and retreating, pulling back as much as he can with those Lurkers, trying to just bide his time as long as he can. He has some Lurkers at the back, just ready to attack him right into the backside of Leta. Now, Guardians also now ready for him, and another hatchery being put down, so we can see overall what happens. No Defilers so far. Tanks sieging up, and they could be in serious danger from Lurkers. Lurkers now moving in from the back, and those tanks, all one defense major goes off and attack Romo in such huge danger. Now those Guardians are going to start off by attacking those turrets, raging all those, going to kill a lot of CVs as well. Tanks, meanwhile, are showing hatcheries at the main of Luxuries, and now those Guardians in a very good situation. There is two Science Vessel locations, as well as Marines. Erasure trick going off, and that Science Vessel is just gonna run amok among those Guardians. Oh, Science Vessel! Oh, Leta just trying to pay attention to both sides there. Defiler Mound and Nidus Canal going off. So also irradiating his own Science as well as irradiating everything. Wow, good job. They're trying to take out his Guardians as well as they can just with those single irradiates. But a lot of SCVs have been lost to Leta so far. Just good eraser tricks there by overall. Oh, one irradiate goes off of one of those Science Vessels, and now he's showing the Greater Spire and Marine Group at the 10 o'clock that take out all the defenses, the 2-1 upgrades, and they're actually going to move out and might actually take that down. Nidus Canal is being used, though, to support those troops. There are Lurkers and Zerglings in place to take care of that. Now, scan going off at the natural, so at the main, of Luxuries. Leta, meanwhile, has established a mineral only near his bases, so overall he's not going to be able to do anything. Luxury not pulling out because there are those Science Vessels in location, and just trying to be careful with those. There are, of course, Marines that are also waiting for him, so he's not going to be able to do too much. Some Marines moving down now into the main, trying to do some sort of damage. They're all going to die, but overall doing a pretty good job just to assess the situation, to get the scout, make sure what's going on. Science Facility flying out. And mining has been pretty much completely stopped at the natural of Leta's Luxury, so good job there by him. I still think he's behind in mining. Wraith's now out as well. That Wraith is actually going to go and engage and clean up these Guardians. That, of course, is just so critical. 2 Wraiths actually going to completely clean up these Guardians. Not going to be able to do anything. Last 2 Guardians are trying to get off some attacks before the dab, but that's not going to do anything. Medic there in location trying to do that. to heal those SCVs. Also an Overload there that's going to get taken down. Leta slowly getting a grip on this game and just has a complete contain on Luxury at this point. His tanks have, some of them are a little injured, but overall taking down some hatcheries, taking down the Greater Spire, and the Luxury is going to move up his ramp. Dark Swarm just in time. Those tanks are not in a position to shoot on those lurkers that are coming up. I don't even know how many of them will manage to retreat. One tank barely. Oh no, one tank does manage to retreat. Siege is up further away, but 2 tanks lost there. Good Dark Swarm. And now 4 Science Vessels moving in. They're going to start irradiating stuff. And irradiates go off on lurkers. Lurkers going to move in. All of them dying. Dark Swarm going off. And that's going to again attack that tank. Tank goes down. So Luxury doing a pretty good job of preventing Leta from striking the finishing blow. Also has those lurkers at the 10 o'clock base. Leta's just waiting for a chance to move down that. Also getting a bunch of fire bats because now that he knows those Dark Swarms are going to fire bats and their splash damage is going to help him up severely. Almost mined out his main, so he's got to be careful. He should have reestablished his natural at this point. Meanwhile, now Luxury putting down a hatchery at his natural himself. And Leta's actually going to move in with those Science Vessels. Going to try to radiate some lurkers. Just overall getting the spot. More cracklings running up that ramp. Just Luxury desperately trying to hold here. It's going to be very hard for him. Another Spire being put down by him. Meanwhile, he's going to try to get some Scourge up to handle those Science Vessels. I think at this point it's far too late. We're going to see what the lead is. Just nothing but one lurker and cracklings waiting for him here. And he might actually move out. I don't see any Carapace upgrades on those ground forces. We're going to... Oh, actually might have actually used those upgrades for something else. And those Science Vessels are just going to move around, going to spot, make sure there are no lurkers. One medic runs in to take the brunt of the lurkers. Irradiate goes off on the lurker meanwhile. So Leta's actually not going to sacrifice his forces. He's actually going to kill that lurker with an irradiate and then move in and take care of all these cracklings. At least that's what I assume he's going to do. More barracks is being put down by Leta. So overall he's in a very good position getting, wow, crap load of fire bats. Wow. I think like 2 control groups of fire bats with medics alongside as well as Science Cells, so he's just going to barrel down. Meanwhile, all these Zerglings, Krakens trying to break out, doing a pretty good job. There was a plague that went off on all those forces, but those Zerglings might actually die. No, they killed all the ground forces. Meanwhile, the medics managed to survive. We're going to see whether they were killed or not. I think some of them actually managed to survive. Now fire bats are going to move in. They're going to start swimming. Dark Swarm goes off, and those fire bats are going to be able to take care of this fire bats moving in, doing a lot of damage under the Dark Swarm. All the Krakens, I think, at this point have died. Another radiant going off. And now Leta's moving in with all of his fire bats and his medics. I've never seen so many fire bats in one place. They have weapons, upgrades, wow, Zupa, and they're just one for plane going off. Meanwhile, and all the Science Vessels and a bunch of the fire bats. But Leta has far too big an advantage. His now penetrator is going to go down and going to kill a lot of these forces. I don't really see what Luxury can do. He's such huge trouble trying to defend as long as he can. He doesn't have anything for counterattack, doesn't have anything to take care of, do any sort of economic damage to Leta. So even he managed to somehow miraculously hold this off. Leta's going to take the smash no matter what happens here. Luxury has lost at this point. Leta reinforcing with more fire bats and Marines are going to be barreling down. He's lost his natural expansion again, going to lose that extractor again. He still has his 2 o'clock base, which has somehow miraculously managed to survive up to this point, but now his main is in huge danger. There's going to be no damage to his own bases, and he's going to push in, take care of the last of these cracklings. That's going to be it. Some radiates going off on the defilers, and that's going to be it. Eraser Chick also going off, and just flying all over the place, trying to kill some Mutos there, but they also get irradiated and killed off some... Oh, no, Scourges... Oh, wow, didn't even notice a bunch of Science Vessels. Actually, most of the Science Vessels got taken down, so that's pretty good there by Luxury. Good Scourge play there. A bunch of Radiants go down, tried to kill us. Scourge was not going to happen. You lost all his Science Vessels, but he's going to move out here with these fire bats, with those Marines. Luxury just barely trying to hold on. He's just holding off his GG. Doesn't want to lose this match. He's going to be in such trouble here. And I don't really see Leta's just reinforcing constantly, just streaming in force as much as he can, and he's going to take this hive down, and that's going to be it. GG's taking down all the tech, scans going off everywhere just in case there are lurkers, and Leta just mass expanding, putting down everywhere. GG from Luxury. There's Leta putting down expansions everywhere at the lower right hand corner. Wow. Phew! So winner Leta gets 2-1 going, and Luxury has to thank his lucky stars that the next map is Carthage, which gives him such a huge advantage, and Leta is going to have to do some nuts to pull a win off on that map. But so I definitely don't think Luxury should give up at this point. He has to know that on the next map, Leta played a very good game there, very good solid TVZ, and even though Luxury put up a pretty good performance, he lost far too many forces and just let that Medic Marine build go up. Didn't kill enough Science Vessels at all, except that at the end, but at that point it didn't matter anymore. Friggin' huge ass Fire Bat. I mean, he uses Fire Bats like 10 times more than Fire Bat Hero, so what the heck. But yeah, Luxury should be safe in the fact that he knows the next map is heavily favored towards him, so he shouldn't be afraid of that. So this will probably go all the way. GG, guys, wrenching out.